Let's examine the facts. Let's open the case file. On a mountain path, a red mask. Waits in the gift shop, under glass. A long nose. Wings in old prints. A feather fan that stirs the air. In Japan, this figure is called Tengu, seen at shrines and trails. It's not one creature, not one era. It changes with the century. Some tales paint it as a threat to monks who lose their discipline. Other tales place it as a keeper of forests, ridgelines, and fire. Look closely and you'll notice the clothing, the Yamabushi garb. Those mountain ascetics trained where stone, wind, and prayer meet. The modern image feels settled. But the record is unsettled. We have names, masks, and stories. We have places that claim a peak. And yet, each retelling leaves small fingerprints on the face. Listen for what the stories share. Height, distance, sudden misdirection. A gust where there was no weather. A voice that seems to come from rock. Footsteps that circle back to you. As if the mountain edits your route. A lesson hidden inside the prank. Humility, or the cost of pride. In everyday speech, Tengu can mean someone swollen with self-regard. That's language, not evidence. But it marks a long, persistent shadow. So we begin where the trail begins. With the image everyone recognizes. And we hold it lightly in the hand. Like a mask before it's worn. Tonight, we don't chase loud marvels. We watch how a legend behaves. Not to prove it true or false, yet. But to see what stays consistent. Confirmed, reported, unverified. 3 labels, 1 careful notebook. Confirmed, the name appears in Japan. By the 7th century in Chronicles. Confirmed, the image shifts over time. From sky omen to fox, then bird, then man. Confirmed, mountain practice matters. Tengu and Yamabushi keep meeting on paper. Reported, people blame Tengu for getting lost, or being taken off trail. Reported, they mislead the proud. And test priests who think they are pure. Reported, a famous warrior, Yoshitsune, was trained on Mount Kurama by a great Tengu. Unverified, there is no single original face we can recover and pin down. Unverified, modern claims of sightings rarely offer anything that holds up. When the record is thin, folklore grows muscle in the empty space. So we note what is missing, too. Dates, sources, and who repeats whom. A printed mask in a festival stall is a real object, yet still a performance. A tale in a medieval collection is a real text, yet still a crafted scene. Even a proverb about arrogance is real language, yet not a field report. Confirmed in art, some Tengu look like crows with beaks, not noses. Confirmed in masks, others are red-faced, with a long nose that reads as attitude. The case is not what is it? But how did this image settle? Because once an image settles, it starts rewriting the older evidence. Our job is to keep categories clean. So wonder doesn't spill into proof. If the case file stays honest, the legend becomes clearer, not smaller. Start with the characters. Read aloud, they become Tengu today. Literally, they point to a heavenly dog. But the trail begins outside Japan. In China, Tiangu could mean an ill-omened meteor or comet in the sky. A roar in the night. A barking metaphor. A sign people link to coming conflict. Japan borrowed the name early. A 7th century chronicle records it. In the Nihon Shoki, a strange star moves east to west with thunder-like sound. The text glosses those same characters as a Matsu Kitsune, a celestial fox. So the word arrives as a sky event and immediately starts shifting shape. By the Heian period, Tengu are feared for tricking people, like foxes do. In court tales and collections, they appear as goblin-like beings who abduct and mislead. Later, the sky association turns literal. Tengu gain wings, talons, and raptor faces. Story after story places them on ridges where wind and altitude erase witnesses. Then Buddhism folds them into its moral map. Not just monsters, warnings with a purpose. A fallen priest, proud and resentful, could be said to return as a Tengu. By the Edo period, another shift hardens. The bird's beak becomes a long human nose. The costume becomes unmistakable. Takin cap, staff, and mountain sandals. Shugendo links them to training. Yamabushi moving between shrines and cliffs. Across all versions, one pattern holds. Tengu stand at the border of discipline. Half demon, half guardian. They keep asking the same quiet question. To test a legend, we test its turns. Where does the shape change, and why? Hypothesis 1, a borrowed sky omen. Became a local mountain spirit in Japan. The name stays. The function shifts. From sky warning to threat on trails. Hypothesis 2, Buddhist moral stories. Needed a face for pride inside the clergy. So Tengu become fallen figures. Teachers of discipline through humiliation. Both fit parts of the record. Neither explains every mask and print. Notice the timing, early texts speak of stars, fox-like tricks, and sudden fear. In 637, one chronicle notes a roaring star, and writes the name. In Heian era tales, Tengu become abductors, and masters of misdirection. In war-torn medieval writing, they return as omens of chaos, not just pranksters. Later tales favor birds of prey. Black kites and crow-like shapes in the air. Then the Edo era leans into theater. A beak becomes a nose you can read from afar. Alternative, stage and festival design. May have exaggerated features for visibility. A long nose is legible at distance. It turns otherworldly into a silhouette. Once that silhouette spreads, it backfills our memory of what Tengu always were. So we compare versions by their context. Who wrote them, and what they were policing. A chronicle warns of unrest. A sermon warns of vanity. A folktale warns of the wrong path. Taken alone, at the wrong hour. The best test is modest. Can one image explain the older lines? If not, we keep the file open. And let the contradictions stay on record. By late periods, the file changes tone. The demon starts taking on duties. In Edo Japan, Tengu can look like mountain kami, dangerous, yet protective. They punish arrogance, but also guard forest boundaries people depend on. They can start fires in one tale and quench them in the next as an avatar. That contradiction is not a flaw. It's how a community uses a symbol. A mountain religion like Shugendo treats hardship as training, not punishment. In that setting, a Tengu fits. Half lesson, half weather, half mirror. Now the ethical question appears. What do we owe to a story like this? In Japanese, to act like a Tengu can mean a person turning conceited. Language keeps old judgments alive. Even when the original stories change. And modern citing talk often skips the older texts that shape the template. If a tale warns hikers to stay with the group, is it false or simply practical? If it mocks an arrogant priest, is it cruelty or social correction? If it becomes a shrine guardian, does worship erase its older harm? There's also a probability problem. Repeated retellings select for strong images. A long nose, a fan, a red face. Details that survive because they read fast. Meanwhile, quiet details fade. The dates, the sources, the first witnesses. So we should separate two questions. What likely happened, and what the story does. One asks for evidence. The other asks for function. In this case, both questions matter. And they rarely agree on the same answer. At the end of this file, nothing resolves. That may be the point. A Tengu is not a specimen on a table. It is a moving boundary in a culture. It begins as a sound in the sky. Then settles into forests and mountain air. It scares, it teaches, it protects. Depending on who needs it to. And the more familiar the mask becomes, the easier it is to mistake it for history. Some people look for a creature. Others look for a metaphor. A careful reader looks for both. And keeps them from contaminating each other. So here is what we can do, quietly. Treat the texts as evidence of thought. Treat the mountains as settings that amplify fear, discipline, and silence. And treat the modern image as a clue. Not to origins, but to what survived. One source may call it a demon. Another treats it as a mountain kami. One image gives it a beak. Another insists on a nose you can't ignore. These are not errors to erase. They are coordinates, time, place, purpose. So we ask three simple things, each time. Who is speaking? For whom? To what end? If the answer is to warn, We read it differently than to entertain. If the answer is to discipline, we watch what kind of pride is targeted. If a legend changes shape for centuries, what counts as the same legend? Is it the name on the page, the picture on the mask, or the job it does? When a demon becomes a guardian, what changed first, our world, or our needs? Leave a comment with your rule. How would you weigh story, text, and artifact?